Hello everyone, hope you're doing well. For today's video I have some more blushes to share with you guys, and this is actually a palette. So this is a new release from Suqqu. It's part of their fall collection, so this is a limited edition and it is called the Powder Blush Compact. It does say here that it has the shade 101, so I'm not sure if maybe that means they'll be coming out with more or they just add that shade number just to add that shade number. So this is my very first Suqqu product ever. I have not used it yet, so we're going to experience this together. Now if you guys are new to my channel, hello, I am Suzana and I would love for you to subscribe. Also, do not forget to follow me on Instagram. I am trying to be a little bit more active on there, so yeah, make sure you guys do that, and let's just go ahead and get into this video. So this palette I got through the Selfridges website. It is still available there, and I know it's going to start rolling out through other retailers as well pretty soon. The actual packaging of this is really pretty. It's almost like a mirrored packaging, and it is definitely one of those that gets very fingerprinty. Overall, it is a very nice and sleek packaging. So this is right up my alley, and it has Suqqu imprinted here on the side. Now you also get a really nice mirror with this, and you get 4 blushes and 2 highlighters. So today I'm going to go ahead and apply all of these on my face. We'll do one blush on one side, another one on the other side, highlighter on both, and then I'll remove that and we'll go in with the other 3 shades. Okay. So like I said, I have not used this, but I did swatch it and they look to be very pigmented. Online it says that this will complement all skin tones, which I mean, it's actually quite impressive. Of course, it is a palette, so some people may only be able to get away with a few shades and maybe not others. But when I actually swatched these earlier, they seem to be really pigmented, but I did do like a pretty heavy like swipe. So maybe if we go in there with a lighter hand, I don't know, we'll kind of experiment and see how sheer of a color we can get and then how much we can actually build it up to see if, you know, this can really work for all skin tones. I mean, we'll see what I can kind of show you guys. So I just went ahead and swatched them. I swatched them by column. So it's gonna be these 2 first, followed by these 2, and then the highlighters, just so you guys can kind of see and gauge how these actually swatch. I only did 1 swatch of these. I did not go back and forth. I did not pick up more product. 1 swatch. These look really, really beautiful. They have like a sheeny finish, but I'm just shocked at how pigmented these swatch. Almost to the point where I'm a little bit scared I'm going to have to go in with a really light hand and just make sure that I don't apply too much at once. So let me go ahead and try this. I'm going to use my Surratt cheek brush, and we'll start off with this first shade here. This is like a mauvey lilac shade. Ooh, see? Okay. I did tap in there twice. I meant to only do once. Already getting carried away here. Start back here. Okay, that looks pretty. That's very subtle. Okay, I just zoomed you guys in. So that actually looks really nice. It's actually kind of subtle, like in the sense that you don't see the actual color. Like the color from the pan, like this, isn't showing so much on the cheek, but you see that there is blush there. So I know that kind of really doesn't make sense, but hopefully you guys can see, like, you can't tell too much of the color, because I thought this was going to be a little bit, like almost a color that was going to make me look kind of bruised up, but it doesn't. It looks really pretty. So let's try to layer that up a little bit more. So I picked up about the same amount that I did earlier. And okay, this is giving me more of the actual shade that's on the pan. And that is very pretty, really nice. Honestly, it doesn't look like anything special in the cheek. It looks really nice, but it doesn't look like anything, wow, you guys have to run out and get this. Like, it feels like a really nice formula. I really like how it applies. It almost looks kind of sheer, which is something else I'm quite surprised about because of how pigmented they actually swatched. So now I'm gonna go in with a 3rd layer, and this is going to be as far as I take it. feel like it could be my blemishes. Sometimes it's just hard to tell when you have texture on your skin. Like, it almost looks patchy right here, but this is like, I have blemish right there, like 2 right here, almost like right on top of each other. I have a few here, so it could be because of that. Like back here looks really pretty, very nice and smooth, but then up here I feel like it looks a little bit patchy. So maybe this shade I won't be layering too much here on the cheek. So now I'm gonna go into this shade, and this one almost looks like a, I'm gonna say like a burnt orange, like almost like a pumpkin. And actually this is part of, did I say that earlier? I think I did. It is like part of like their autumn collection. They did release some other products with this, but I don't know, this is the only thing I was really interested in. Actually the single shadows looked really pretty too, but they weren't available when I got this. Oh, that looks nice. Alright, let's try to build her up. This color I love. And yeah, like for me, I feel like one, like this one, 2 layers max. This one, 1 layer max. I mean, maybe if I'm planning on wearing my makeup all day, then I will layer this more, because blush, in case you guys haven't noticed, is usually like the first thing to kind of disappear from your face. So I will do 2 layers again if I'm expecting a really long day. But besides that, I think on a regular basis, I'll just be doing 1 layer of this color. But it does look really pretty, and I feel like it does translate into like that burnt orange color. Alright, so now I'm gonna go ahead and do some highlights, but I think I'm gonna jump down to this shade first. I feel like this shade goes with these two a little bit more, and then this one, because it's got like a really light pink tone to it, will look better with these. Honestly, I guess it's supposed to go like that, but okay, I messed that up. I should have done that. Okay, anyway, so yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and jump down to this highlighter and see how this one performs. I'm using the Surratt, is this the highlighting brush? I think so. Ooh, that is a stunning highlighter. Wow. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful, beautiful highlighter. I'm like in awe. I don't know what I was expecting. I feel like the swatches, I guess my attention was focused more on the actual blushes, that when I swatched the highlighters, I looked at the shades, but I didn't really study it so much, like to see how metallic it looked. I feel like it didn't look all that ridiculously metallic-y. So that is a finger swatch. And then I guess when I really turn it sideways, I can see that it's very luminous. But really, yeah, looking straight down at it, I guess because it seems really pigmented, I wasn't really able to tell how beautiful it is. Wow, I love this. Okay, wow. This is not a highlight I see myself using regularly, because I mean, I guess like here I applied a lot less, so unless I know I'm going to be really careful with how I apply this, yeah, this is something that I'll probably use more for like a night out or for my videos, but like to actually go out like during the day, this is not a highlighter I don't think I would use. I don't know, I would have to play with this some more, but I am shocked in a good way though, in a good way. Again, although I don't like use highlighters like this all that often, it's nice to have in my collection, and I feel like I just want to put it on and just like stare at myself. Like while I'm working from home, I'm just gonna apply this highlighter and just every time I pass by a mirror, admire its beauty. Wow. All right, so let me remove all this makeup from my cheeks and we'll try out the other 3 shades. Now let's go into this shade up here. It's more like a magenta shade, and it's the one I'm most afraid of. So, I mean, the color is beautiful, but Colors like this intimidate me, honestly. Okay. Oh, that's actually really pretty. Oh yeah, that is really pretty. And I did go and tap it twice in here, just so you guys know. For my skin tone, this is the perfect amount. Obviously, if you have a lighter skin tone, you may just want to tap it once and apply, and then gradually add more if you feel like you need more, if you just want some more. So I do actually find that these are going to be really good for maybe all skin tones, or like the majority of skin tones, because of how you are able to build it up. So I'm gonna go in another 2 taps. I had already tapped it once. Oh, maybe I should have just tapped it once. Ah, okay. Oh, I love this. And you see even right here where I have like the blemishes, I don't feel like it's looking patchy. I'm not sure how. Can't tell on the viewfinder right now, but it's actually looking really good. So I'm not sure what it was with this first shade. That looks really pretty. I love it. Actually, even with the second layer, I still really like it. Okay, and finally we're gonna go in with this shade down here. This is almost like a corally shade, and again, I did 2 taps. Okay, that is another really pretty shade. I do like that a lot. Okay, we'll go in with the second layer. Again, 2 taps. It's got that beautiful finish. It's almost like a satin finish. They're just gorgeous. It is very beautiful. I think the finish of these blushes are also really good for all skin types. If you're oily, if you're dry, if you're combo. I think a lot of people, like, overall will get really use out of these blushes. The highlighters, well, like, you know what, let's try that pink highlighter. That is maybe where some people are going to be like, nope, that is just not my style. But let's see. That is so beautiful. I actually feel like this is a little bit more subtle than the shade down here. It's definitely not as intense as the other one, but it is still, you know, it's still quite intense. I know for some people this is not going to be your jam. I find it to be really beautiful, though I was more at a like, oh, with this bottom shade. Like, that bottom shade really got me. With this one, you can see that it's got like a little bit of that pinkiness to it. Go ahead and apply it everywhere at this point. I mean, come on. It looks, my cheeks are wet. Like, these look gorgeous. I feel like this highlighter, although it is a little bit on the metallic side, I will still use this one during the day. The other one would be more of like that special occasion type of highlighter was. Okay, so overall, I am very happy with this palette. Honestly, the only one that gave me a little bit of an issue was the first shade, only because I did feel like it was skipping right here where I do have more texture. Other than that, it was a really nice shade. So this is one that I'm going to play with. Well, first of all, I do want to keep using the whole palette, but I want to test this one out again just to see if it's because of what I'm going through right now with my skin, or if it's just a shade that's a little off for some reason. But it didn't perform horribly. I mean, back here it performed really nicely, so it could just be me. The other shades didn't give me any problems whatsoever. I love them all, and I'm happy they're all here in one palette, so I don't have to just pick one. I don't have to pick a favorite in this case because there is no need. Overall, the palette I think is gorgeous. This highlighter, you guys saw, like, it just shocked me in like the best way ever. I just didn't expect it. I just did not expect this palette to be so pigmented. So when it was first released, I decided not to get it. It sold out, it came back, and I was still like, no, I don't want it. But then after a while, I just kept seeing it, and I was like, you know, those colors actually look really nice. Like, I was actually looking at each shade individually. Like, oh my gosh, that looks really pretty. I've never tried anything from the brand. I'll try that. But like, I swear, I flip-flop so much when it comes to makeup before I make a purchase sometimes. I mean, there are things that I'm like, okay, immediately I know I'm gonna get that. I'm getting it. And I am sitting there waiting for the release and immediately making my purchases. But there are a lot of products that I go back and forth on, and this was one that I was really going back and forth on. But the moment I even opened this up, I knew I was going to love it, and I still waited a whole day before I even did any swatches. And then at that point I was like, okay, I'm getting kind of scared because it's a little bit too pigmented. I don't know how this is going to work out for me, but you really do have control with how much you're applying, so I appreciate that from a palette like this. And I am talking about the blushes. Again, the highlighters are a little bit more on the intense side, so that really depends on you and what you like in the highlights. I personally think they are beautiful. So the formula, everything about this is great. Alright guys, so that's all I really had to share with you guys today. I hope you found this video informative and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, and while you're there, if you have not yet, do not forget to hit that subscribe button so you do not miss out on any of my future videos. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me today. Until next time.